Okay, what we're going to talk about today is training from lead to the show. From the lead to show, from the initial call to the show. The lead's going to come in. Your whole goal, once you're contacted, whether it's by a phone call or email or text, you want your initial phone call to be no more than 2 minutes. 2 minutes. Your whole goal in that phone call is to get them to watch the pep rally video. That's all you have to do. All right, so right now we're going to demonstrate the two types of calls and questions that might come up during that call. So Billy is going to be calling me. He's acting as the customer, and I will be the branch manager. Hello.
Hi, is this Funny for Funds?
This is Funny for Funds. How can I help you today?
Yeah, I just had some questions about, you know, what you guys do and could it work for us, that type of stuff.
Okay, great. First of all, thank you for calling. How did you hear of us?
I was at a show a couple months ago for a friend of mine. Had a dog rescue show, and they raised a check for like $4,000 or $5,000, and I have a softball team that I'm looking to raise money for my daughter's softball team. So I figured I'd give you guys a call.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. Okay, so now a couple things happened right there. I asked right out of the gate, how did you hear of us? And so we was at the show. This is at the time where you start taking down notes. You start writing down notes, and you use that information in the future with this client. So right away, you know he's at a dog show. You might be familiar with that show. You might know how it ran and where it was and how much they raised. So just have that in the back of your head. Plus, he also said that he was a softball team. So that's cool. That's really, really cool. Both groups are very well, people love the animals, and softball teams have a lot of members. So what you're going to do is when you say, how did you hear of us? You start basically gathering information. So now I know he has a softball team. So I already got that. And you're kind of casing the call. If it's going to be a successful show or not. So chances are of this being a successful show are very good because it's a softball team. All right, so back to the phone call. So that's great. That's awesome. Here's what we're going to do. I have a video. It's only 17 minutes long. It covers everything that we do, everything that you do, but more importantly, all the tips and suggestions based on thousands of shows, we figured it all out for you, is in this video. What I want you to do is just promise me you'll watch it. Promise?
Yeah, I'll watch it. Absolutely. Send it over.
Great. All right, so once you watch the video, I want you to write down some notes, share it with your right-hand person, and if you feel this is a good fit for your group or an organization, you give me a call back. It's that simple. Deal?
Sounds good. Thanks, Mike.
You're welcome. Thank you. Have a great day. Shoot me a text with your email address, and I'm going to send you that video. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.
Now, two things are going to happen. That was the call. Basically, I just want to get them right to that video. Once you get the video, the gig is sold. The gig is sold. The second type of call, there's only two types of calls coming. One, we call them tire kickers, and two, they already know about us, and they want to see if it's a good fit for their group. So they're not really worried about the cost of the price. Somebody might just go to type in comedy night fundraisers and they tire kicking. So now the same call, I try to get to them with a video, but yet they're stuck and they want a price, and this is how it goes.
Hey, Mike, I watched the video. Everything looks great, but just one quick question right out the gate is, how much does everything cost?
Okay, great question. So we are an all-inclusive comedy fundraising company. We charge a flat rate, and it covers everything, okay? What we're gonna do is we're gonna provide you everything you need for a successful fundraiser. The cool thing about our cost is everybody pays the same rate. Everybody. We actually had one show. So here's what you wanna do. You don't wanna just say 12, 13, 14, 1,500, because that number scares especially a tire kicker, okay? Cost is always an issue in the absence of value. So what you want to do is you want to explain the value first, especially to the tire kicker. So you break it down like this. You start telling them about your successes and you start explaining how it's all-inclusive. So we provide an all-inclusive comedy night fundraiser. We're gonna provide you with everything you need for a successful night. The stage, the lights, the sound, the backdrop. Online ticket sales where people can make donations, buy tickets, and become a sponsor all into your account, which you'll have 100% access to. We'll also provide the raffle tickets, 50-50 tickets. So you save $30 right there. We're gonna MC the whole event. We're gonna do all of that for you. A 90-minute show with 3 professional comedians. We're gonna create a Facebook event page for you. We're also gonna create the flyer, PDF for you to do anything you want with. So all that is all included in one flat rate. Now, keep in mind, we've done thousands of shows. We actually had one show that raised $41,000. They paid the same rate everybody else pays. We have like 10 shows that raise more than $30,000. We have over 250 shows that raise more than $10,000. Everybody pays the same rate. So the cool thing about us, it's just a low down payment. And then as people buy tickets, make donations and sponsors online, your show pays for itself. And this is where you tell the cost of your show. So now the cost of your show bases on what you want. We suggest a minimum of $1,200 for a show and up to $1,500 for a show. It's all a lot of factors go into that cost. It could be how far you're driving to the show. It could be the demographics of the area. So it's an inner city show. You probably go to the list. So that's something part of you casing the client in the very beginning. So, and the deposit price is very, very important. On a repeat customer, on a first-time customer, I would suggest at least a $500 deposit. This way, in the event of cancellation, you got something. So you can at least pay back the comedians that set aside that date to work on your show. A repeat customer, if they had a sexual show, charge them a $200. So maybe in the first time say, hey, it's your first time doing a Funny for Fun show, so it's a $500 deposit, and then you explain why it's a $500 deposit, so you can lock down the comedians, lock down the date, put that date aside, and so also put skin in the game for the client. So now they know they're gonna make at least $500. So you start bringing the breakdown, and you give them the cost, and then you say, the cool thing is, as people buy tickets, make donations, and sponsors, your show pays for itself. So online, which you'll have access to, you're gonna start in the red and you end up in the black. So it's pretty cool.
Hello, is this Funny for Fun?
Yes, it is. How you doing?
Very good, very good.
Awesome.
Hey, Mike, I got a question for you. Just curious, I have a friend that needs to raise money for a wheelchair van. Do you guys do stuff for that?
Yes, we do, actually. We do fundraisers from everything from little league teams to medical relief shows. Yes, so we do that. So now here's the cool thing. The other call was the softball team. So right away I know how that blueprint for success is gonna work. Now, the different part on this, something where it's helping a family member with medical relief or a wheelchair van or something, a house fire, those type of shows, probably only about 5% of your business, that's all. But this is how you handle that call. You wanna case that call. You wanna case that call. You wanna ask specific questions, okay? And here it goes like this. So you are trying to raise money for your friend who needs a wheelchair van, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Has he had a fundraiser before?
We've done like a golf tournament recently. We need to raise about $25,000 for the wheelchair van. We've only raised about $10,000 to date.
Okay, cool. And when was the golf tournament?
Probably about 8 months ago.
Okay, cool. All right, so you're gonna ask if they had a fundraiser before. This is very, very, very important. Because if they had a GoFundMe or a fundraiser before, you have to ask this question. And then you ask how successful it was. Because this is case in the show. Because they might have had 5 fundraisers. And then if they raise like $500 on each of them, you know it's probably not gonna be that great of a show. The best case scenario is if they say, no, we've never had a fundraiser, now you know it's gonna be pretty cool. Then you have a follow-up question and you ask this. So Your friend who needs this wheelchair van, does he have a good support group? Is it like a big family or friends and colleagues?
Yeah, yeah. He actually, he's pretty well known in the community. He used to be a softball coach. He was yeah. So he was a basketball coach. We got a big family. He's got a ton of support. So I think we could easily fill the room. I just want to be sure that that you would help with something like that. If that's a good thought to have a comedy show for the wheelchair van.
Okay. All right, great. And here's the cool thing, Bill. Because you had a golf tournament already like 8 months ago, a lot of time has lapsed since then. And not everybody golfs, but everybody loves comedy. So this should be a pretty good fit and should do very well. We've had some successful shows for same situations like this. So, all right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna shoot you that video. Just watch it. Write down some notes. If you feel it's a good fit for your group, you give me a call back. Okay?
Sounds great.
All right. Thank you. And I'll talk to you soon. Let's raise some money.
Yeah, baby. Thanks, Mike.
Bye. Okay, so we covered both types, medical relief and sports team. Now we're gonna get to the callback. The callback, they watched the video, now they're calling back. So the first callback is gonna be from the softball team. Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Hey, Mike.
Did you enjoy the video?
Yes, I did.
Great. Awesome. So you wanna move forward?
I definitely do. But right out the gate, what's the cost for all of this?
All right, so the cost is all of it, and then now you just relate back to it. What I suggest is everybody have that sheet ready. We have the tire kicker. It should be in your notes. We're gonna put it on the dashboard. Just have it ready to read, and when you break it all down, like what you offer, the cost is not a big deal. So once the cost is out of the way, now the other questions will come. So you ask them, they might offer, they have a place and date, you just ask them. So
Mike, Mike, I watched the video. I'm fine with the cost. What's my next step?
Okay, your next step is to find the venue and lock down a date. Lock down a date. What I want you to do is I want you to look for a venue. Now keep in mind, Bill, having it at a country club or a fancy place does not sell any extra tickets. Comedy is like a blue collar thing. Okay, and just keep in mind, this is a fundraiser. You don't have to do anything for anybody. You're giving them a comedy show. It's a fundraiser with a comedy show kicker. So what you want to do is you want to look for like an Elks Club, a Knights of Columbus, or a hall, something like that. And you don't want to feed them either, because when you feed them, what happens is you're adding to the ticket price. You don't want to do that. You can feed them if the food is donated. So if somebody wants to donate macaroni, pasta, meatball, salad, fine. Now you can add to the ticket cost and it didn't cost you any more. Here's the main problem with food is this. The main problem with food is this, is you need a count. You need a count in 5 days before the show of how many people are coming. And when do most of the tickets sell for a show? The last 5 days. So don't handcuff yourself with food. That's why we suggest having it a Knights of Columbus or Elks Lodge and have a bring your own snack show. Bring your own snack show. What it does is somebody wants to bring calzones, pizza, or bucket chicken. It's very, very cool, and you don't have to worry about food count. So it's like a tailgate party for a comedy show. So it's pretty, pretty cool. That's what you want to look for in a venue, okay? And as far as the date is concerned, and this is a really important part, you don't want to give them dates that work for you. We'll make it work for them. So you put it out there. You say pick a date that works best for you. What happens, what you're doing here is they can't come back on you if it was a bad date. You want it to be their decision on the date, okay? But you have to offer suggestions. So if they come back to you with a date and you know there's a big football game that night, you let them know. Say, hey, that might not be a good idea. The Patriots are playing, or the playoffs are going on, stuff like that. And so that's where your experience as a branch manager and event coordinator come in. You're gonna offer suggestions. You never tell them what to do. You offer suggestions, and this will cover you at the end of the day. So I want you to pick a date that works best for your group